Hello everyone. Once again, you're welcome to the other side of the bridge football channel, where we talk all things Chelsea and I give my own sincere, unbiased opinion about the club, the players, the ownership, and all things Chelsea. Manchester City is playing against Chelsea FC. We'll be previewing the match. Better late than never. The match will be taking place in the United States of America, in continuation of our USA tour by 10:30 later tonight. Now, Man City preseason, well, maybe not hasn't really gone as well as they would have hoped. They haven't won any match so far. Their first match was against Celtic, which they lost 4-3. And their second match was against AC Milan, which they lost narrowly by 3-2. And the last match was against Barcelona, which they drew 2-2. Went on to penalties, in which Barcelona won the match 4-1. So, yeah, we're going to be having a match against the master and the apprentice. I think this is the first time the two coaches will be meeting. As we well know, Enzo Maresca was an assistant to Pep Guardiola while he was at Man City. And possibly, I'm not really quite sure, but I think this is the first time the two of them will be meeting in any, competitive match. Well, it's a friendly match, not a competitive match. So in any match, this is the first time they'll be meeting. Chelsea team news. We have some injury updates. Luckily, the injury sustained by Malo Gusto wasn't, as bad as it was first feared. Malo Gusto just had a little knock and he will be very okay to play in today's match. Also, we have updates on Nkunku and Badiashile. Reports have it that they also suffered a little knock and they will be available for today's match. Caicedo has joined up with the team. I think Cole Palmer also has joined up with the team. Probably Cucurella, but I saw Caicedo in a training video. Hopefully the whole squad is available. I also saw Nicholas Jackson in training. Unfortunately, he hasn't played any preseason match. No reason has been given so far, but hopefully we get to see him today. I think it will be a continuation of what we've seen so far, but I think we are going to play our stronger 11. Hopefully we get to see the likes of Caicedo in the team and probably playing alongside, I would say, Conor Gallagher, but that's another story because, hey, we need to discuss this whole Conor Gallagher situation. It's becoming an embarrassment for Chelsea, leaving players out of the team or banishing them from playing or training with the team. I think it's kind of disgraceful, and I'm going to talk about that right after this preview. So, yeah, I believe Jorgensen will be in goal. Hopefully, let's get to see what the young keeper is all about, and I want to see more of Badiashile and Tosin Adarabioyo's partnership. Let's see if we can build a very good partnership from what we have. I also want to see Chilwell on the left flank. I don't know why he hasn't started any match so far, but I really want to see Chilwell as well as Reece James take their positions on the right back and left back respectively. Also, Caicedo is back in training, so hopefully we get to see him start. The likes of Modric hasn't really been on points, but I think we should give him a run out in this match and let's see how it goes. Also, pairing up with Caicedo, I think let's see that Lavia-Caicedo combination in midfield because most of the game is going to actually be played in midfield. So we need our midfield to be actually strong or good enough. That understanding may not be there because they haven't really played together. I think maybe they played one match together. I'm not too sure. But let's see that partnership and bond and let's see how they play together. Also, Enzo Fernandez is in the team. We could also see a partnership between Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo. It didn't really work out last season between them, but probably the coach has a different way of playing them and maybe we get to see the best of that partnership. In the striking position, come on, our guy Magui has been excellent so far in this preseason. I think he's one of the shining lights so far along with Nkunku, which I also want to see in that central midfield position. Nkunku and Magui have built up a very strong bond. Don't get me wrong, I also want for us to have a feel of Nicholas Jackson. Maybe later in the second half he comes in. But yeah, I really want to see what Maguire can do against a very good team like Manchester City. And on the right flank, I've complained thoroughly about Noni Madueke and his play and holding on to the ball. But I hope most of those things have been straightened out by the coach, because Maresca is a coach that really loves the play to move quick and fast. And yeah, we'll give him another chance in the preseason, and we'll see what he's able to do against Manchester City. And on the left flank, Raheem Sterling has been good. I think he should continue, keep his place, and yeah, hopefully he has a very good match today. Now, I think we need to talk about the whole situation with Conor Gallagher, because that has been trending so far since today and even yesterday. And like I said, I think it's disgraceful the way we are treating our players. We had the same situation with Chalobah, and now the same situation with Conor Gallagher. And it's quite sad. The coach gave a press conference, or in his press conference, he was asked about the situation with Conor Gallagher, and well, let's say he gave a political answer. He wasn't really releasing much. He talked about the player and the club needs to settle, and all parties being happy with the settlement. And when I hear things like that, most times I always think about that player is gone, because Aston Villa came in for Conor Gallagher around June for a reported £50 million, but he rejected the deal, saying he wants to stay at Chelsea. But surprisingly, a contract was offered to him. I think it was 2 years plus an extra year contract, and he rejected it, maybe the wage or whatever, or the structure. But I really don't understand. We're handing out 6-7 years contracts to players that are not even as good as Conor Gallagher. But for a player like Conor Gallagher, we're giving him just 2 years. I think it's kind of disrespectful, if you ask me. And these owners really, really need to get their acts right. I really don't know who is handling, our contract situation, whether it's the management or maybe the sporting directors. I honestly don't know, but it's disgraceful. And last year, I think, or rather last season, I think one of the major fallouts between Mauricio Pochettino and these owners, to be honest, personally, I feel it has to do with these two players, Trevoh Chalobah and Conor Gallagher. I think the club has already made up their mind to sell these players, and personally, I feel Pochettino, claimed or protested against the sale of Gallagher, and he had to go. These owners really just needed a coach that will be a yes man to whatever they want to do. It's not really, really looking good on the club, because this is the youths are the heart of our club, especially the youths that come out of our academy. We are replacing them with players that, even though they are quite promising, but they will not have that, they won't bleed blue like our academy players will. And looking at it, honestly, Conor Gallagher had an excellent season last season. There's nobody that can say Gallagher had a bad season. We have 38 matches in the Premiership. Gallagher played a whooping 37. I mean, this guy hardly gets injured. He hardly gets tired. He runs around for the team. He does well for every coach that has used him in the midfield. I think he's very, very useful. And selling him to get the likes of Dewsbury Hall, which again, I'm not hating on him. Come on. I really want him to also do well. But our team is filled with so many defensive-minded players. We don't really have that player that can be very flexible in both attacking and defensive, which I think Gallagher can also do. He's very good in scoring. I think he scored about 5 goals last season. But hey, we know that more can come out of this player. He's just 24, and he really needs some good coaches, to handle him. And the reports are that he's going to Atletico Madrid. And I think he also rejected that deal, saying he wants to stay at Chelsea. So why not just give him a chance? We spend millions and millions on players. If we sell Conor Gallagher right now, we're going to get about 2 60-year, 70-year-olds nobody has ever heard of. And honestly, I don't think it's showing growth in our club. And a coach like Enzo Maresca just coming in, the owners are already trying to destabilize his relationship with the fans, because rumors have it that Enzo Maresca said Conor Gallagher doesn't fit into his play style. And yeah, it's a rumor, but also most of the fans are going to dive into that and hold the coach responsible for all that is happening in the team. But we all know that these owners just want a yes man that will agree to whatever they want to do. And in my humble opinion, yeah, the owners are really, really the problem of the club. And I think in the next video, or maybe the video after that, I'm going to be doing a comprehensive breakdown on this Chelsea ownership structure and the problems and what we're facing, and comparing them to the Roman Abramovich era. So please look out for that video. It'll probably drop on Monday. So yeah, I'll see you at the end of the game. Hopefully Chelsea comes out victorious and we have something good to talk about. That's all from me. Have a good day.